So I think that we can all agree that Joe Biden is not capable of running this country for 4 years, or 8 years, or at all for that matter. So let's talk about somebody else. Let's talk about the vice president. Now, Joe Biden could be choosing his running mate as early as Monday, and I want to go over with you the top 4 potential VP picks according to the current betting odds. Number 1 is Kamala Harris, which I'm sure comes as no surprise to many of you. Number 2 is Susan Rice. Number 3 is Gretchen Whitmer. And number 4, Val Demings. So, I'm going to focus on Kamala Harris for this video because from what I've gathered today, she seems to be the most likely pick by quite a fair margin, actually. So, if you don't already know, Kamala Harris is a senator from California currently, and she started her political career really as kind of a side piece of sorts for Willie Brown. If you're not familiar with who Willie Brown is, he was in the California State Assembly for about 30 years and was the Speaker of this California State Assembly for over 15 of those 30 years. Now, Bill Clinton had actually famously dubbed Willie Brown the real Slick Willie. Now, I'm sure if you know Bill Clinton, you can kind of assume what he meant by that. Willie Brown would actually attend parties with his wife on one arm and whoever his current fling was, whoever his current girlfriend was on the other. Kamala Harris happened to be one of those girlfriends at a time. When she met Willie Brown, she was 29 and Willie was at the ripe old age of 60. So a little bit of age difference there. Now, in return for Kamala's service as side piece, he put her on 2 state commissions, which earned her about $400,000 over 5 years. In 2003, Kamala Harris made a run for San Francisco District Attorney. And at the time, Willie Brown was actually the mayor of San Francisco. So he used his influence to help her get elected. Now, after she was elected, she put out a statement. She said that if Willie Brown so much as jaywalked, she would have him indicted. Now, you may be wondering why she would say something like that when clearly Willie Brown had helped her so much with her political career. Well, it was because at the time, Willie Brown was steeped in corruption allegations. He was being accused of many things, and corruption was one of those things. Now, if I remember correctly, during Kamala Harris's recent presidential race, when she was running during the primaries, she was on a podcast. It was The Breakfast Club, and she was talking about smoking marijuana. She was asked by Charlemagne the God if she had ever smoked pot, and she said yes, and she clarified that she even inhaled. Wow, that's amazing. I wonder what else you do when you smoke. I don't know if there's a type of smoking weed where you don't inhale, but I mean, I guess that's supposed to be special. But anyways, this was really funny to me because it was such an obvious pander, and the reason that it was annoying was because she literally has incarcerated over 1,500 people during her time as district attorney for petty pot charges. I mean, to me, that's super hypocritical, and I don't think anyone should be put in a cage for smoking weed. I don't even really like people going to jail for nonviolent crimes unless it's absolutely necessary. And another thing that was hilarious on this podcast is Charlemagne asked her what music she listened to while she was high, and she stated Snoop Dogg and Tupac. And hilariously, when she graduated college, it was actually before either artist had came out with an album at all. So she just completely was lying about this, and it was very obvious. So, of all the research I've done on Kamala Harris today, I've pretty much learned what I already assumed to be true, is that Kamala Harris will do anything. She will do or say anything to gain power. Now, this isn't unusual. Many politicians, especially Democratic politicians, seem to be willing to do or say anything, no matter how insane the pander, no matter how ridiculous the virtue signal. They'll do it because they want to win. Everything's about tribe right now. Everything is about winning. Let us hope that we can avoid this toxic politician in our upcoming election. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Hope you are all doing well and have a great night.